Yeah, let's give this a shot. Ooh, keep it at medium. Hopefully this one won't be horrible. Here's someone gulping. In. There's another dandelion.
Master Dandelion, you promised us a ballad.
The same kids.
Yes, of battles and brave
Of
warriors.
sorceresses and magic.
Of unrequited love.
Silence, brats! You've not been in this world for long, so 'tis no surprise your heads are hollow. This is Dandelion, friend and companion of Geralt of Rivia. Who might he sing of, if not of the famed Witcher?
Right you are, honorable dwarf. I shall sing a fresh new ballad about White Wolf. Our story begins long before the Great War, decades before Geralt ever dreamed he would be famous. Its title, Bitter Evil Hearts. In the fall of 1232, the Witcher decided to return early to Kaer, fearing the quick advent of winter.
Is that so?
The Witcher was angry. The final stretch through northern Kedwen was usually calm, but not this time. He was twice ambushed by bandits. Then one night, wolves attacked and killed his horse. He had grown accustomed to the kindly gray mare he had traditionally christened Roach. To make matters worse, at the foot of Kaer, he encountered a camp. Like all Witchers, he believed the fingers of one hand would suffice to count the people who knew the way to the Witcher's fortress. Visitors were a sign of trouble.
Okay, just going T-posing. Alrighty, well, we got a lot of shit. We'll hit up a few things in strength. I don't know if we're gonna do any fist fighting this time around. I need intelligence. I need more braining. I don't really know what we encounter here, so I'm just throwing a lot of shit in. Oh well. I was kind of random with that. Hopefully I didn't screw myself over. Guess we'll just go with that. Obviously it does, because they're just sequels to each other. I would say... I don't recall, since a wild hunt is like a big thing in the third game from what I understand, I don't recall it like appearing too much in the second game. I'm not really sure, I would say, how much they matter to each other. I mean, I would play it just anyway. But yeah, I have no idea how much the third game depends on the first two, since I haven't played it yet. Alrighty. Well, doubt these guys are gonna be too friendly. Uh-oh, got wolfos. I love how they just don't give a shit that I just walked up here.
Perhaps we should return to Cairngorm. I have no desire to perish in this wilderness.
Holy shit, it's
forsaken
Radovid.
by the gods.
Silence, Morhen. They are but wolves.
Wolves that fearlessly attack an encampment thick with campfires. I ask your forgiveness, mistress, but these are but wolves, like I am but an elven showgirl.
Did anyone ask for your opinion, Mr. Brings? No? Then start doing what you are being paid for, and keep your hopelessly cowardly opinions to yourself. We would all be safe if
Yeah, I
your
noticed. I haven't
boys
seen
ran
this
their
model before.
stations, instead of constantly playing dice while bathing in drink. Now take away this corpse before its stench fills my tent.
Can I ask what happened? Wolves killed the boy. Nothing unusual about it happening in a camp. It's commonly known that wolves, the cursed beasts, love flames so much that they bathe in them if they could.
Enough, Brings. Who are you, sir?
Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
Interesting.
Prince Merwin Adamain of Ard Caraig. Kind of you to visit, finally. We've been awaiting your response all day.
Response regarding...
I'll explain. I'm Sabrina Glevesig, sorceress. Come see me at my tent. Morhen, I assume you won't mind my handling this matter?
No, though I will want to know what you agree.
It'll have to wait, whatever it is. Wolves approach. To arms!
To arms! Geralt, please, keep swinging. Well, these guys are getting wrecked. Alright. Oh no, he's not dead. Neither is he. Alright, well, that wasn't the worst thing ever. Already seems like they put more thought into this one than the first one. Sabrina, I don't remember her.
So, you finally decided to approach me. Good. Are you able to read?
I am.
Then read this scroll.
To my barons, vassals, and all free subjects.
Go on, go on.
Let it be known far, wide, and by all, that I hereby declare Merwin of Cairngorm to be our loyal and trusted servant, and to be loved by us, thus rendering all who cause him grief liable to incur our royal wrath. Henselt, King of
Henselt?
Good enough. Understood?
Indeed, though grief is spelled differently.
I see you are quick. So you accept that if the Witchers wish to travel freely and unmolested about Kedwin, they should not cause me grief, no matter how the term is spelt.
You don't seem like anyone's causing you grief.
Not yet, no. But that may change, and my patience has its limits.
I wanted to ask you something.
Namely, what the hell are you doing here?
May I ask what brings you to Kaer Morhen, sir?
My sister, Deirdre. She is my elder, and in Kedwin, the eldest offspring inherits all titles and estates, no matter the gender. My father, Prince of Cairngorm, may he rest in peace, passed on 2 weeks ago, a victim of syphilis.
So Deirdre is now Princess of Cairngorm?
She would be, if not for the curse that holds her. Anyone aspiring to the throne of Cairngorm must fulfill 2 additional conditions. Cairngorm is a vassal state of Kedwin. For decades, the princes of the north have bowed before the throne at Ard Caraig, a throne currently occupied by King Henselt, who has made his opinion on the issue of cursed princesses very clear.
I think I get it. And the second condition?
Do you know Cairngorm's history, Witcher?
Not well.
We have this custom whereby any aspiring ruler, prior to assuming the throne, must spend a day amongst the duchy's simple folk, execute a series of menial tasks, and pray in the Temple of Freya in the evening.
Sounds reasonable.
The problem is my sister has displeased the simple folk in the past, and though she most probably could bribe a few prominents, the priestesses of Freya will never accept her.
I see.
I should be clear about this. I wish Deirdre to relinquish all claims to her title as princess and to assist Miss Glevesig, for her own good.
What the hell's any of this got to do with me? And how does it bring you here?
Can I ask a personal question?
You may.
What's your connection to Sabrina Glevisig?
Mutual respect.
That's evident enough. Take care.
It's weird because like I didn't think he was as bad in the first game, probably only because comparing him to the other voice actors who are almost universally terrible. He just does not seem to keep up with the later games, where everyone else seems to be a better voice actor than him. Let's see what this sorceress lady has to say. You're not a sorceress.
Sabrina's tent.
In case you're wondering, this is an illusion.
You don't say.
Yes, but my dear Witcher, it's an illusion of rare quality. In fact, it barely differs from reality.
No matter.
Suit yourself. I assume you're returning to Kaer for the winter.
You assume correctly. Enough of the small talk. We have important things to discuss.
Thank you for your help with the wolves.
No problem.
You've heard of the curse of the Black Sun, Witcher?
The curse of the Mad Mage Eltebald. I believe he started the whole mess that led to several dozen nobly born women being murdered or imprisoned in towers.
Eltebald was no madman, and there is no doubt that women were not entirely normal.
Madness, normality, its prattle steeped in relativity. Tell me something specific.
Autopsies were performed. The mutations witches undergo are but a minor clinical operation compared to those caused by the curse of the Black Sun. The skulls and spines of these girls contained red sponge of some kind. Their internal organs were in disarray, some missing altogether. Everything covered in moving cilia and pink and blue meat scraps. What say you to that?
Sounds horrible.
I've seen humans with eagle talons instead of hands, with wolf fangs and eyes, people with additional joints, all products of mages fumbling with magic. It's no proof of a curse. We digress. Why are you here?
A girl affected by the curse of the Black Sun is inside Kaer Princess Deirdre Adamain, elder sister of Morhen.
What do I have to do with this?
Don't play the fool. That girl is a serious threat to you. Surrender her to me and no one will get hurt.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, that finally explains why they're here.
Sabrina, I wish to have a word with you.
Naturally, Morhen, but not now. I have several matters to discuss with Geralt of Rivia.
Is there anything I should know?
Don't fret. We will confer later.
In that case, I shall take my leave.
Okay. Talk to Vesemir.
Witcher?
You must be bored out here.
Well, in truth, the valley provides little in the way of diversion for the civilized, and my illusory boy is no longer as entertaining as he used to be.
You could get Briggs' men to put on a show.
I said diversion for the civilized. I'd prefer some cultured conversation. If you lack words at the moment, I could request something more pertinent to the witcherly profession. I require some materials for my research.
Materials?
I wish to study the wolves that lurk about the campsite. I need a vital organ, let's say the liver. 20 of them. In exchange, I will give you a sword that I in turn received from one of my lovers. I believe you'll make good use of it.
Fine. I'll get you the samples you want.
That's kind. You're much nicer than that boor Lambert.
Lambert?
What kind of samples did you want?
I require 20 organs.
Alrighty.
I've heard nothing to convince me that the girl is cursed. What proof can you offer?
Quite a bit. All the girls born soon after the eclipse were discovered to be inclined towards cruelty, aggressive, prone to attacks of wrath and wildness.
Sounds like quite a few women I know.
Spare me the sarcasm. That is not all. The girls who were not cared for by mages showed exactly what they were capable of relatively quickly. They drowned entire lands in blood, ordering those captured to be tortured, executed.
Enough, Sabrina. If a curse could be used to explain the cruelty of all rulers, the world would be both simple and beautiful. Have anything specific or not?
I do. Hear me out and try not to interrupt. A magical aura surrounds Deirdre.
From what I know, most people have an aura.
He's still interrupting.
This is no normal aura. In her presence, the magic energy we draw on to cast spells dissipates. More precisely, It is converted into its original form, one of the elements. Simply put, it is impossible to use magic around her. I need not mention that this also applies to your witch's signs.
I see now why you need all those mercenaries.
In addition, she has an understanding with animals.
Druids have been taming...
Their magic does not turn animals into bloodthirsty beasts stripped of basic instincts. You have seen the wolves. They fear nothing, pay no heed to fire, pain, they merely want to kill.
What do you aim to do with Deirdre?
See if the curse can be removed. Study it, and finally and ultimately conclude the matter of the curse of the Black Sun. Contrary to what you believe, I intend to make her an offer. If she can find the will to aid me, it will only ease things for all of us.
And if she doesn't agree to help?
I shall force her. Yes, Geralt, for the greater good I will bow at nothing. For I stand to save hundreds, perhaps thousands. You may not believe me, but there are more women of this kind. Many rule entire lands with a cruel hand. I am to report to the Council of Mages, the first trustworthy report, containing specific results. I must examine the girl, and that is precisely what I will do. Nothing and no one will stop me.
Sure about that?
Don't threaten me, Witcher. All of Kedwin's might stands behind me. King Henselt is eating out of my hand. You wouldn't dare.
We'll see.
Oh, we'll deal with Henselt.
Have you spoken to the other Witchers? Who is at the castle?
Merwin spoke to 2 of them. There may be more, I don't know. Merwin was not let inside.
That shouldn't be surprising. We don't generally like guests.
Like it or not, we are special guests. Merwin carries a letter of safe conduct from King Henselt. Read it, and tell the other witches to prepare for a visit.
See you. Soon.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I can't grab that because I don't know what it is.
Your beauty is unrivaled in this world. I burn with love for you.
Oh, shucks. Ain't not much else to find in here. Yeah, let's go hunt us some wolves because I want whatever that sword is.
Go and speak with the witches. Sway them to my point of view. I'm a professional. I know what the girl needs. And I'm very good at demonstrating gratitude.
That I do not doubt at all.
Well, I mean, we don't really know what the alternative is, but I'm guessing Vesemir will not be willing to just hand her over. This guy's someone important. Where the hell did you come from?
Master Geralt,
What is it?
I merely wish a brief word with you, sir. But reveal not to Miss Sabrina that I drew you aside.
All right. Talk to me.
Master, do not defend the lass you harbour now in your castle. She is not worthy. I detest her with all my might. It will be 2 years now when she passed through my village with her retinue. My father, keeper of the local tavern, took in the noble party. I know not if he offended her, or if it was just her whim, but she tormented my father to death, slowly and cruelly, forcing my mother and me to watch. May she be damned for the ages.
And no one raised a hand to stop her?
It was but the princess who had a retinue of armed men and who wielded a sword herself. There was nothing anyone could do. I beg you, surrender the girl to Sabrina, who will repay her for all her ill deeds.
I need to speak with the other Witchers first.
Where'd this elf come from?
Thought I'd go off with you to the nearest bush? You wish? You snake!
I don't know where the hell that came from. Excuse me, I want to speak with you. This Deirdre sounds like a pretty horrible person.
Have a minute. I wanted to...
So speak.
How did you find the way to Kaer Morhen?
Do you fear for the castle's safety? Unnecessarily. I have no intention of divulging the road to the legendary Kaer Morhen.
Thank you.
I am not new to the mountains, Witcher. The road to Kaer Morhen is winding and steep, but I know how to...
I like how his subtitle spelled it differently, but he pronounced it the same.
Are you from Dol Blathana?
Close, but not quite. I fought at Dol Blathana, but hail from elsewhere. The Blue Mountains, as you call them, are my home.
You're a free elf.
Yes, I am a free Ansaid, and no commander, no order can change that.
What's your take on this pursuit after the girl?
I'm paid to find paths and trails, not to pass judgment.
So answer like a hunter. Is what they say true? Is she a monster?
I shall answer like an Ansaid. Evil can assume many forms, even those pleasing to the eye. I have long followed the girl's trail and seen many signs of murder, seen those cruelly maimed and rendered living dead. But you tell me, the corpses and blood, are they any different from what normal humans create? I defended Dol Blathana against your kind, and know what you are capable of. When asked to judge who is human and who is beast, most often I shrug.
See you.
If I'm to choose between one evil and another, I'd rather not choose at all. Isn't that how it goes? Something just rumbled. I think there's some giant centipedes around. Yep. Got it. Yeah, I suspect that's kind of the point. Like the typical three Witchers choices here. But making a point that neutrality isn't always the best thing. Damn, I have like no endurance to spare. Come on. Man, those are good. Tough for this early in the game. I mean, I still think Yavin is kind of a self-righteous douche. But really, there's no denying that the Flaming Rose were some shady assholes up to no good. And obviously, I think they, non-humans could be persuaded to be more forgiving to the humans than the humans could be persuaded to be towards the non-humans. Well, I did import my save, so we will see that. Hey, Lambert, what's going on? Long time no see. Appreciate the help there.
Hey, Wolf.
Lambert, who else is here for the winter?
Vesemir and Eskil, and, well, we have guests.
I know. I've been to their camp. What are you doing here?
Making sure they stay out of Kaer.
Our guests tried to enter Kaer.
Some pompous ass showed up with an escort of dwarf mercenaries. Obviously, I couldn't let them pass.
Now, it just dawned on me that Lambert and Berengar are the same voice actor.
You know they're carrying a letter of safe conduct from King Henselt?
Not interested. This is Kaer. Royal edicts mean nothing here.
I hope that's not how you put it to him.
Didn't have a chance to. The Archospores sprouted first. Quite a few seem to have planted roots over the summer. I always thought they grew on the graves of the murdered. Some bad wind must have carried the spores to the valley. It's full of them now.
Of course it is.
In any case, the dwarves evacuated the nobleman as soon as the plants appeared. It's been quiet since then.
Oh, speak of the fucking devil. What kind of witch are you if you don't even have a silver sword? She-wolf? Oh. I'm just dawned on me. This isn't gonna be the origin story for... No, it can't be for, frickin' what's her name? Because she was like literally a child when she showed up at Kaer Morhen. Yeah, it is kind of funny. Well, the only thing I heard about Geralt's style is that Berengar mentions how he had a busted leg, and so it affects like the way it like affects his posture. I don't remember them saying it was that much different. Yes, yes. I don't remember if I grabbed the liver from the other wolf. I did not. I don't know if we got 20 wolves out here. Be able to finish this off in one go. You... Oh my god, Geralt. You just stay still. There's Kaer Morhen over there. Yeah, because I kind of forgot Ciri's story. She was a princess, wasn't she? But because she had, I don't remember, because the innkeeper told the story in chapter 4. And that was like really the only story we hear of it. There's someone shit across the river, but I can't cross it like anywhere. And that's the thing, she's referenced early on, but they don't really talk about her much until third game. But I think she does get mentioned in The Witcher 2, because Triss knows a lot about her, but for some reason it's all kind of explained in a scene that we don't get to see. But I wanted to get through all these before I tried to play the third one. So, that's why we are here. Oh my god, there's gonna be another big ol' centipede. How far can we go here? This is like where we came from. I don't know why there's stuff across the river that we can't even reach. Convenient log blocking our way. Can't get up there. Yeah, I honestly, the first time I played it, I thought we were going to be seeing all of them again. But yeah, they only appeared in the intro. And there are more wolves somewhere. We've got 11 livers. Need 9 more. Ooh, a Skeleman. Oh, wow. Look at him fishing. there's a wolf. God damn it. Alright, wolfies. I wonder why sometimes it just won't loot them. A lot of Celandine around here. I wonder if this music here is anywhere in the first game. I'm about to find a cave here. Old mine. Well, sure we'll have a reason to go there later. I don't feel like exploring it now. A basilisk. Yeah, eat shit. Oh, it did? Okay. That would make sense. Keep that out, please. I don't want to deal with the giant centipedes. Want more woofs. There's some woofs. Give him a slice. I need 2 more livers. And there's 3 more wolves. Perfect. Alrighty. And now I have to run back. I don't know why they can only give like 1 spot to cross the river in this whole map. How do you even get to the middle there? There's a little island in the middle. You should be able to cross here, for Christ's sake. It's not even like waist deep. Actually don't know if I even went through all the dialogue with him.
Thanks, Wolf. Of course, I could have managed on my own.
No problem.
Wolf.
They say there's a girl inside the...
Yeah, Eskil's doing. I think you should talk to him.
Oh,
exactly
Eskil.
is Eskil involved?
Deirdre claims destiny has bound her to Eskil. Instead of figuring things out with her, Eskil's gone to clear the nearby mine of monsters.
Where's Vesemir?
In the lower courtyard with the girl.
See you later.
Alrighty. Oh, Eskil always causing problems. Yeah, 2 was annoying. Especially when they have, like, well, shit like this just dumbfounds me. Like, why are there shrubs I can't walk through? Like, I have to walk around just to get through the damn shrubs. Like, somehow this makes it a more interesting level. Like, what was the thought process behind just making an arbitrary barricade? Where the hell is she? Sabrina the Witch.
Witcher,
I have the livers you asked for.
be an angel and place them on the vivisection table. I'll tend to them soon. And here is the sword I mentioned. It's a bit dusty, but sharp as ever.
Thanks.
No, thank you. I didn't expect such kindness from one who would gladly drive me away from Kaer.
I'm hoping we can resolve this other matter.
So, ulterior motives. Did you believe I would forget my plans in gratitude for your assistance?
It's not like that. I just thought that 2 reasonable people might be able to figure out their differences.
Geralt, I will not back down nor agree to any compromise. I want the girl. I want to eliminate the threat she represents.
See you.
If you say so. Alright, so I got the Harval. Massive improvement over the basic sword. What does she sell? Got bases, ingredients, and unknown oil. That's not an oil, that's a rune. No, we can sell her this garbage. Guess we'll head up to the castle. Yeah, it was, I think they classify any weapon augments as an oil, and that's why you can't use 2 different kinds at the same time. Like, you can't have a sharpening thing like a whetstone and a rune at the same time. Which is dumb, but I understand they need to balance it. At least they give you bonfires in this one. Anything good down here? I hear chickens. Archer spores. I get the feeling there's gonna be a quest to kill all those, so maybe we should head up first. I will say one thing. I hate how toxicity, like, lingers in this game after the potion effects have worn off. So, Witcher 2 is a bit better with that, since toxicity is really just a limit on the number and strength of potions you can have active at once. Although it is kind of annoying because it really limits your combination potential. So the secondary substances in this game, pretty cool in that regard. Vesemir's screaming over there. I really need an exterminator in this place.
Greetings, Geralt. Good thing you're here.
Greetings.
How is the path?
Tolerable. Nothing groundbreaking. What is going on here, Vesemir?
We've got a bit of a problem. The Princess of Cairngorm arrived 2 days ago, claiming her envious brother and an evil sorceress were pursuing her. She's asked for our protection.
She's got her castles all wrong. No knights in shining armor here.
She was in bad shape, hungry, cold. We didn't have the heart to drive her off. And Eskil was acting strange. Before the girl fell asleep, she said one more thing, that one cannot flee one's fate. Later, Eskil told me a story. Some 20 years ago, he saved the Prince of Cairngorm's life. He cited the law of surprise, and as they say, destiny proved fortunate. Unbeknownst to the prince, his wife was with child.
I'm not sure that was entirely fortunate.
So you've heard of the curse. In any case, on a day when the sky was dark as night at high noon, the princess gave birth to a girl. As far as I know, Eskil never returned to claim the child promised him by the prince. For some reason, ever since then, he's always taken the long way around Cairngorm. So, now we need to deal with the brother of Eskil's unexpected child, a retinue of mercenaries, and a sorceress bent on dissecting the woman she suspects of being a mutant. As if that's not enough, the brother carries a letter of safe conduct from King Henselt himself. So we can hardly just drive them all away.
What do we do?
Talk to Eskil. She's his surprise. We'll meet back at the ford Lambert is guarding. Think it through, Wolf. I want to hear your opinion.
Fine.
Wolf.
I'm a little confused by all that. What, like, he used a lot of, like, phrases that I'm not, like, familiar with. Like, what does he mean by unexpected child? For a second there, I thought he was implying that it might be Eskil's child. But I don't think that's what he was saying.
What do you think about this dispute, Deirdre, Sabrina, and the nobleman?
We should stay out of it. Geralt, we protect humans from monsters. That's our vocation. Meddling in human affairs only brings trouble.
Do you mean the letter bearing King Henselt's seal?
Exactly. We can't afford to provoke the king. This could get sticky.
I get your point. I'll see if I can learn some more.
Wolf.
Why is everyone outside?
The keep is locked. I'd rather not unlock it with strangers around. We're better off spending a few days out in the open. That way I can be sure no one will go sniffing around the fortress.
True enough.
Wolf.
So that was it? So Eskil's owed a reward that he doesn't get to choose. So the prince chose to give him a child that obviously Eskil does not want. That's just... no, that's all confusing and weird and hilarious.
Where's Deirdre?
A little further on with her wolves.
Wolves?
Tell me about the girl.
She seems a bit strange, though I wouldn't call her a monster.
Strange how?
When she's near, my medallion goes wild, and I can't cast even the simplest signs. I can't explain it.
Well, we already kind of learned how that works.
Where's Deirdre?
A little...
I should...
Where the hell are you running off to? Oh, so we actually get a glossary entry for that. When a Witcher saves a man's life and the man says, "In gratitude, I will give you whatever you desire," Witcher answers, "You will grant me whatever unexpected thing you encounter when you return home." That seems like a very odd, specific, and unhelpful kind of bartering system, or reward system, whatever you want to call it. I would never ask for that. Actually makes me think of, it was a, there's a story of, it's an old, like, King Arthur kind of story. What was the knight's name? Like Sir Gawain or something? And he was staying with a, like a lord in this castle, and the lord said, basically, it's like in lieu of, like, paying for lodging or anything, just give me any valuable thing you find that day. So for like 3 days he stayed with this lord. The lord's wife would come into Sir Gawain's room and give him a kiss. So the next day he would kiss the lord as his, you know, as his courtesy. Give him whatever he found that day. There's something weird like that. It was kind of hilarious. Alright, well, my amulet's already twitching. Well, here she is. I want to see if this is true. Yeah, I can't cast signs.
Greetings, Geralt. I'm Deirdre. Eskil spoke of you.
I've heard a few things about you, too.
If you mean from that lying shrew Glevisig.
Calm down. I don't tend to judge based on rumors.
Geralt?
Got a pretty big head.
Your wolf's eyes are glazed over with hunger.
They're starved. Because of that bitch Sabrina, I cannot venture beyond the fortress walls. They choose to remain at my side.
Oh, she did? That sucks.
Thus depriving themselves of the opportunity to hunt.
You seem to have a better understanding with wolves than with humans.
I raised them from when they were cubs. In a sense, they are my only friends.
All right, I'll see if I can find something for them.
I spotted several wyverns in the area, on the peninsula across the river from the camp. If you could slay 3 of them and bring me their meat, I'll reward you.
Reward me?
I have a runestone that can be cast into a blade. What did you think I had in mind?
Nothing. I'll be back soon.
Geralt?
I don't know why every woman assumes that I want something unsavory from them.
What do your wolves eat?
Meat witcher. Yet there are very few animals in the valley.
Deirdre, do you know what Sabrina and your brother want from you?
Isn't it obvious? Sabrina wants to place my sweet little brother on the throne of Caengorn. My brother, who is entirely subservient to her, and who, as the Prince of Caengorn, will have a vote on King Henselt's council.
I was asking about something else.
All right, then. She believes me to be cursed, tainted in my mother's very womb. She believes me to be a monster.
Are you?
How the hell should I know? When I prick my finger, I bleed. I also bleed each month. When I eat too much, my stomach aches. I sing when I am joyful. And when I feel hatred, I kill. I don't know if I'm a monster. Yet I do know what Sabrina is capable of. She is a monster you seek.
Explain. I'd like to hear your side.
I was 19 and happy when Sabrina showed up at the castle. My father, who always preferred Merwin, was old and ill by this time, so he could no longer bother me. My brother had been away at King Henselt's court, and I could handle most of the courtiers. I was at a tender age, and I fell in love. His name was Roban. I even considered a morganatic marriage. Girlish fantasy.
What does Sabrina have to do with this?
She arrived with my brother, whom she already had on a short lead. She observed me, interrogated servants, tested the situation. My father's company of knights treated me like a daughter. I had always liked hunting, took part in manhunts for bandits. She needed proof, some spectacular way to defame me.
And in your carelessness, you provided her with that proof.
Sabrina decided to provoke me. She seduced Roban using magic so powerful that his mind became confused. He suddenly developed an intense fear of animals, especially of the dogs he bred. I wanted to help him. It was then I discovered that mages found it hard to cast spells in my presence, and that spells previously cast gradually subsided if I was near. I went to the small chamber Roban inhabited just above the kennel, and I found Sabrina there. I admit, I was enraged, wanting to tear her apart, but she was too quick. The hag flew out of the window on a broom. Roban was left drooling, whimpering like a child. Within an hour he had ceased gibbering, and within 2 he understood what the witch had done to him. I thought all was in order and I could leave him. I wished to settle the score with her and entered the castle. I know not what happened, but the spell grasped Roban once more as soon as I was gone. He began feverishly seeking Sabrina. In his wildness he entered a pen occupied by a very aggressive hunting hound.
Did he survive?
Yes. Though mentally he became a 2-year-old child, a child that feared animals intensely. Sabrina blamed the accident on me. I swore then that I would kill her. I carry a blade should I get the opportunity to use it.
Pretty nice looking blade too. I don't think that was ever in the base game, but yeah, there's already a hell of a lot more story in this one. And the stupid side effects.
What do you want from Eskil?
You can be disarmingly kind.
That was brusque, you're right. Sorry.
I want him to stop fleeing his destiny.
And become Prince of Caengorn? Are you feeling all right, Deirdre? Eskil is a witcher.
What of it? It seems you don't know how childish your witch's mores sound. I constantly hear things like, we're witches have no feelings, and so on. You don't fool me. You have feelings, emotions, you're like all people, except faster. I cannot fathom why you strive so hard to hide that.
It's rarely wise to fight a legend. Sometimes you have to make do with it.
Perhaps. But I'm not deceived.
What do you mean this is why? She seems all right to me. She's kind of straightforward. And it's pretty clear that she hasn't asked for any of the shit that she has to deal with.
How did you find Kaer Morhen?
I always know where Eskil is. I merely need to think about him.
Well, that is a bit disturbing, though.
I'll be going.
Kind of seems like she might have Eskil wrapped around her finger as well. Much as Sabrina has the other fools. Is there any real reason to try and explore the rest of Kaer Morhen? I get the feeling they block most of it off. It is, yeah. At the same time, I don't think she's trying to... I mean, obviously, Sabrina is... Well, first of all, she's a sorceress. We already know we can't trust any of them. But, yeah, it just seems like Sabrina's trying to, we already know the power moves they make in the later games to try and get, kings to basically dance to their jig. Yeah, I didn't think so. Kinda dumb. Well, I guess we gotta go find Eskil. I don't know where Vesemir ran off to. He was, like, in a real hurry. I will say, though, this is the single largest, like, map I think they've built in any of these games. I mean, not any of these games in the first game. Obviously, The Witcher 3 is much, much bigger. I can imagine. So, I'll probably stick with melee skills just because that's how I'm used to playing.
Wolf.
I'm glad they kept all the same voice actors too. Whoops, sorry.
Wolf.
Woof.
See you later.
Okay, well, we gotta find Eskil, and he was in the mine over here, I think. I don't even remember what Eskil looked like. He was like so irrelevant in the intro of the first game. Yes. That voice actor actually did come back for Risen 2 and 3. I don't know if you ever picked up on that. He didn't really voice any of the important characters, but... yeah. It took me a while to really recognize who he was because, he went for the gravelly voice that was, like, more familiar as Gomez than Diego. So for some reason, it took me a while to pick up on the fact that Diego and Gomez had the same voice actor. I actually didn't mind the Gothic 2 Diego just because Gothic 2 was the one I played first. So... I don't know. Like, he definitely, like, his character suited his voice actor for the first game more. Holy shit, that's a basilisk. Alright, I'm just fucking this all up. Forgot how little endurance I have. Could you please? Oh, wow. How the hell do I get in there? Okay, that's not helpful. Really? Steve Blum voices like half the characters in BioWare games. Well, that's because, like, Ogren is, like, the only character you try to do anything different with. But where in the bloody hell do I... Wish I could cancel. Not what I wanted. Oh, he's over there, but... I really wish there was more than one river crossing here. I hate the fact that Geralt cannot use anything in his inventory unless he's standing perfectly still. I just don't get why they did it this way. They designed this whole map. Maybe it's just because, like... they had designed this map, obviously, for the intro of the original game. It wasn't really designed for gameplay, because you never got out here. And then they just repurposed it, because they already had it. So they only put that one crossing there, but then, you know, decided to populate the rest of the area. What's this peasant doing here?
Oh my.
Oh my. Alright, the wyverns are down here. We'll kill them first. I don't know why the ground shakes like there's freaking, I don't even think I can get over there because the freaking log's in the way. Unless I can blast a log. Nope. How the hell am I supposed to get over there? Oh my god, don't tell me. Oh my god, I bet you there's a crossing over there and I just ran away from it. It'd be nice if the map actually showed where you could cross anywhere. Specifically identifies that river ford. I love that their names are like layered over each other. And Vesemir's was in front and it looked like it called him Vesemir. I mean, yeah, it's pretty. It's, you know, the best they can probably do on the Aurora engine. But again, it's just, it was built to be big because it's supposed to be, you know, their mountain fortress. It's very secluded. So, obviously, actually getting down here, it's kind of like, in the like Lost Alpha mod for Stalker, they decided to like extend the area transitions way further down the roads just to make the maps even bigger. And it was like a bad idea because none of that area was meant to actually be part of the in-game map. Yeah, I don't know what the deal was. Like, a lot of the textures seem to downscale on a lot of the character models for no reason. It's kind of like when Elex came out, there was some really bad texture downscaling that did not get affected by your graphics options. There's something they had actually patched, but they didn't seem to really get all of it. I remember the same thing kind of happening in Risen 3, because there were like some surfaces that, if you got really up close on it, you could see the higher resolution textures start peeking through. So it was like the level of detail scaling from going further away. Just for some reason, scaled up at a much closer distance than it was supposed to. This looks like stuff I can blast. Hey! Well, there's a centipede over there. I don't feel like fucking with that. I don't have any flints. We're getting flints like crazy in the side effects mod, even though we couldn't find a bonfire anywhere. I'm gonna hold off on that. I don't know if I actually need it. Well, there's Eskil.
Hey, Geralt.
Eskil, I wanted to talk about Deirdre.
Fine, but we should tend to the Kikimores first. We need to destroy their cocoons. The art is best for that. It's dark inside, so down a dose of cat.
I'm fresh out of potions. I'll be right back.
Really? You're gonna kick me out? There's a bonfire right there I could have done potions at. I swear to God, if they don't let me rest there, I'm gonna be real pissed. Oh my God.
Eskil, let's...
Can I just use this first? Alright, well, he's running off anyway. Hopefully he doesn't die. Oh, it does? Somehow it didn't dawn on me they didn't have a scar. Do I have a Greedo thing I can put in here? Unfortunately not. I'll just make a normal one. Probably want that too. Up one of them's. And one of those. I'll hold off on... Oh, that was Thunderbolt? I didn't want Thunderbolt. Oh, there's Tawny Owl. Yeah, I got 3 of those. I'll use one. Yeah, that's why I think the best thing to do with the Tawny Owl is to make it albedo dominant. Oh God. Eskil's not doing anything to help. Can you actually do anything, Geralt? You know what? I have to destroy the nest before they respawn, don't I? Probably just gonna keep coming. Okay. And he'll just run around like a doofus. Okay, well, they're retreating. That's fine. If he just wants to be a meat shield, I'll accept it. At the end of it? Oh no, there's a big boy. There are more cocoons. Can you keep that out, please, Geralt? For Christ's sake, it's only a big-ass fucking thing here. And pommel.
First chamber is clear.
Oh my god, there's more chambers.
Care to tell me something about Deirdre?
It was about 20 years ago. I rescued Deirdre's father from a gang of Bobalaks. I must have heard too many of Vesemir's stories about the eternal law of surprise.
We've all heard too many of those.
The prince, spattered with Bobalak blood, looked at me and said, "You saved my life, Witcher. As I am your debtor, say what you wish in return." All I could think of was the famous line, "You will give me what you know not that you have." I shall return to Caengorn 6 years from now to see if destiny acted in my favor. I never went back to Caengorn. Then rumors started circulating about the curse of the Black Sun. There was confusion, but that's another story. We have Kikimors to tend to.
All right, but I'll have a few more questions.
So naturally, head full of fairy tales, he just made a really stupid decision. Anyone's already fighting down there. Dude has no patience for me to pick up some witchery materials. Oh shit. Blast that. Can you do something, Geralt? Can you do it? Thanks. There's another big boy. Geralt, swing, swing. Yes, that's how you hit things. Bah.
One chamber left. Let's take a breather.
What do you know about the Curse of the Black Sun?
I did take an interest in it, and even bribed a certain wizard to let me look at documents drafted for the Council of Mages. I took some notes. It seems the mages screwed up as usual. Sabrina Glefisig was chosen to examine the Princess of Caengorn. It was hatred at first sight. Something about a guy.
Women.
It only got worse.
Women.
Sabrina concluded she had enough proof to consider Deirdre a cursed mutant, and to subject her to real studies. As I'm sure you've guessed, Deirdre had no intention of being examined, not least because she was a princess. She persuaded several of the prince's warriors to get rid of Sabrina. All hell broke loose at the castle in Caengorn. Many died, and there was some priestess among the corpses.
What did the priestess have to do with anything?
Nothing. From what I know, she landed in the wrong place at the wrong time. After it was all over, Deirdre fled the castle.
And the pursuit continues to this day.
Exactly. I'll give you my notes on the curse when we're done with the Kikimores. Let's get to work.
Yeah, alrighty. Thank goodness that random wall mysteriously collapsed. You would think that an Igni spell would work better against vermin cocoons than a wind-based spell. Or thunder, or whatever this is, really. There's a little Benny Hill thing going on here. Kind of hilarious. Yeah, fuck off. Holy shit, 2 warriors. Oh my god, that hurts so much. Oh, what the fuck. I'm gonna die. Okay, well, goodness, that one just dropped dead. Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? Why am I so slow? Christ almighty. Well, Kikimores only have 4 legs, that's why.
Done deal.
So what'll it be, Eskil? What do we do with Deirdre?
I really don't know, Geralt. I understand Vesemir's viewpoint, but I'm not keen on surrendering the girl to the sorceress. I expect she'd meet an unpleasant end.
You have to make this decision on your own.
I know, though at this point the matter concerns you as well. It concerns all the Witchers.
Fine, we'll consider it. Give me the notes and let's get out of here.
You know, my brother also used to be so terrified of spiders that if he ever encountered them in a game, he wouldn't be able to finish it. I don't know why. Why was there even an entrance from this side if they're just gonna block it off like that? Well, Tolkien only had 1 spider. I don't know what... It probably would have been Dungeons and Dragons that had, like, just giant spiders just in overwhelming amounts as just, like, some trash mob. Well, our swallow's worn off, so the rest of this is going to be that helpful. Might as well sleep it off. Haven't leveled up yet. Me neither. I absolutely hate spiders. The only thing I hate worse than spiders are bees and hornets and wasps and shit like that. 'Cause those things actually do hurt. Did you give me the notes yet? Matters not if we believe Eltibald's words to have been a prophecy or the ravings of a madman. Well, hopefully the glossary kind of summarizes that. I don't feel like, predicted the return of Lilith, a mythical being who is to bring ruin upon the world. Lilith's second coming will be preceded by the appearance of 60 maidens wearing gold crowns who fill the rivers, valleys with blood. Yeah, that one was pretty gross. What was her name? Margoloth or something? Honestly, I didn't think that was half as gross as the Mindcrawler Queen, though. A big old fleshy sack of grossness. What's the next step? Are we just gonna chat up Vesemir? Well, yeah, the broodmothers are gross because they still look too human. Kind of like that uncanny valley sort of thing. Right, well, I might as well... I gotta see if we can cross the river over here and get some wyverns. Actually, there are probably some over there, now I think about it. But I know there's some down here, so I gotta figure out how to get over there. Yeah, the broodmothers are really fucked up. Keep swinging, Geralt. Things don't die if you stop hitting them. Geralt, for fuck's sake. Somehow the control, like, bugs are so much worse in this than they are in the normal game. You just would not keep swinging. Yeah, and isn't there a point where you have to, like, wipe out a nest of them or something? It's weird that you only encounter one in the base game, which you would consider... You would think you'd see more, seeing as that's when the blight is going down. I hate the centipedes. So many wolves. Sometimes the execution, like, knockdown shits are like a disadvantage. I like it when they stand up and you can execute them. That one happens a lot quicker. Is that a fjord? Sweet. What the fuck, dude? There's some big wyverns. You keep that out, Geralt. Like that. Oh god, I pissed off the big one. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness he held off. I don't remember ever getting knocked down that much in the base game. For some reason the mods it happens a lot more often. Oh, okay. I didn't realize there was any way to get, like, almost complete immunity from knockdown. Yeah. Why do you have a problem with these, wyverns, though? We got another friggin' archer spore. Stop spitting, you bitch. Oh ho! Keep it out, Geralt. I draw that for a fucking reason. This is what really gets me about the like lack of like crossings in this area. Is the fact that they deliberately put this fucking log here to block your way. That has no reason to be there. It literally just forces you to go the long way around. I don't know if there's any other good loot around here. Got a place of power. Actually kind of funny that they put so many places of power here. And Ritual of Magic increases all sign intensity by 100. When they got like the Circle of Elements that only do a single sign by 100. Alright, well let's get back and feed the dogs. Kind of astounding that this whole mill is kind of basically collapsed, and yet the wheel itself, the one moving part, is still standing. God damn it, woof. Not what I meant. Hey, stop. Geralt, swing your fucking sword, for Christ's sake. Oh my god, it won't even let me attack him. Take that out. So fucking irritating. Really, if this game didn't have a good story, I'm not sure anyone would have given a shit about it. Oh yeah, that part was fucking... I mean, it's kind of a shame that, like, they just had such good story writers and just such shitty, like, designers for... Or, I won't say shitty designers, shitty design philosophy for combat and whoever, like, handled the controls and shit like that. The fact that, like, oh, we're gonna have you constantly put away your weapon instead of actually, like, letting you control that. Even The Witcher 2 is the same way, and that one was, like, supposed to be a massive improvement over the mechanics of this shit.
Geralt,
Time to feast.
they won't accept anything from you. I'll feed them myself. Diablo, Banshee. Here is the rune I promised you, Witcher.
Why are you looking at me that...
Witcher, do you know many a princess wears batiste next to her skin?
A what?
Is that a question that befits a princess?
What the hell can you know of princesses? I was one, and thus know quite well that the pleasure resides in being able to do whatever one wishes.
Okay. Apparently that had to happen. Wouldn't be a Witcher story if there wasn't just a sex scene shoehorned in there. I like how she was the least nude out of any of those trading cards, whatever you want to call them. So you can get it from Sabrina? Well, I didn't get that one. I don't care. Honestly, all of like the sex scenes in this game are even worse than the one in Gothic 2, which was kind of like the low bar from all of them because they tried so hard, but the scene was just so ridiculous. Although still the stupidest one is in the first Risen, where it's literally just a black screen. Geralt, keep fucking swinging, for Christ's sake. I know I'm going that way. I want to explore because I know there's another path over there, but I really don't give a shit at this point. Alright, well, we got the crew back together. We're only missing, what was his name? Leon? Which obviously he wasn't around at this point.
Wolf, gather as much information as you can.
Wolf,
Woof.
What's your take on all this?
let's show that dandy and his witch what can happen when you threaten witchers. Call it a lesson in respect.
So you think we should get involved?
They came here, leaving us no choice. It would be cowardly to back down. Have you thought about how Eskil will feel if we give up the girl?
I'm trying to get some perspective on everything.
Wolf.
See you later.
So basically, out of all people, Eskil is the one who's kind of like neutral. Vesemir obviously doesn't want anything to do with it, and Lambert wants to basically tell these people to shove off.
Wolf.
I think it's time we decided.
We need to figure out what to do with Deirdre and her brother. Eskil wants everyone to say their piece. This concerns our safety and Kaer Morhen, A mistake could cost us dearly.
Let me make a save here just in case. I don't see how there's any more we can learn here because we've talked to everybody.
Whoa.
Let's do this.
I'll start. I think we should stay out of this, meaning we can no longer shelter the girl. The reason is simple. If we meddle and Sabrina informs Henselt, Kedwen will be off limits to us for decades.
Lambert?
I don't really care for Deirdre, but I detest the fact that some blue blood who rules Three Coal Hills comes here demanding obedience. This is Kaer Morhen. Royal authority doesn't extend here. I think we need to drive away the noble and the sorceress.
What about you, Eskil?
I'm torn. I understand Vesemir. On the other hand, I owe the girl. I feel some kind of bond. I'm incapable of being objective. I'd like to hear your opinion, Wolf.
We can't let the sorceress get her hands on the girl. It wouldn't be right.
So what do we do about Sabrina and the nobleman?
Deirdre must give up her claims. That should satisfy Merwin. And the sorceress, well, she'll have to live with our decision.
Either that, or I'll turn her lovely little head into something to place on the mantle.
Lambert, save your morbid lines for later. Let's try to resolve this peacefully.
All right. Eskil, Geralt, go see our princess. We'll wait for you here.
Alright.
Finally decided.
Well, hey, I leveled up. I still don't have a flint to use at a bonfire. Who the hell's that? Somebody walking over there. Oh, okay. I just moved her down. Is that so? So...
That was nice.
So one is a straight up boss fight with a handicap, and the other one is just an overwhelming amount of trash mobs, basically.
We've decided to help you.
Thank you.
We need to settle things with your brother. You have to go to the camp with us and tell him that you relinquish your claims to the throne and estate.
Thus stripping Sabrina of support.
A high price, but I see no other choice.
That's settled then.
I'm glad, Deirdre, really.
Alright, well, at least it's that simple. Or so it would seem.
I can't meditate with a fire out. Seems I have to light it first.
Great, so I can't level up. Or we're gonna have to use Eskil's fire in the freaking thing. As long as we don't have to fight Sabrina with all of the mercs, shouldn't be too bad. Are they following me? Yes, they are. Well, with them in tow, it might be worth exploring over here. I don't know why I did that. She's taking her time. I didn't even know you could do that. I thought you needed a flint to light fires. It never even dawned on me you could light it with a spell. Oh, sweet. That was a nice find. Love how the diamond dust is also an unknown oil. Yeah, so if she's going to be part of the fight with the mercs anyway, then it's already going to be a pain in the ass. We won't be able to use spells against them. Oh, whatever. She's going to take all day to catch up. I guess we can... hit up that fire once we reach it. Yeah, I had no idea Igni could light fires. If I'd known that, I wouldn't have even carried flints back in the original game. No, I never once tried to. It didn't even occur to me. Well, yeah, obviously you'd still need it in town. But usually in town there'd be somebody using it anyway.
I can't meditate with the fire out.
It's lit.
I have to light it first.
That is badass, though. Never knew that. Okay, well, we are about to fight a lot of people, so I think group steal. Ah, fuck. What do I need? Level 3 stamina. Alright, well, that's it. I can't make any potions. Hey, the wolves showed up. I'm pretty sure it's dropped. Because they don't seem to have such arbitrary, like, hearing times for lawsuits in Poland. Like, they just straight up said, you agreed to the terms when you signed the contract. You can't try and change them now. There don't seem to be a whole lot of marks sitting around here. Oh, they're all over there, that's why. Alright, well. I'm sure this will still be a nightmare. Pretty much, but he's still working with Netflix on the series, isn't he? Okay, so she's not in here. Alright, well, moment of truth.
You wish. To what do we owe this procession?
Merwin, there's a way to resolve this peacefully.
To feed the wolves while saving the sheep.
Very well. I shall hear you out.
Forgetting anyone?
No, this is strictly Merwin's business. We will speak with you too, Sabrina. Later.
Merwin, I am prepared to relinquish my claim to the throne in the lands of Cairngorm. I am ready to give up my title as princess.
Unconditionally?
No, but I have only one. You will strike me from your mind. You will cease pursuing me and return home, taking this witch with you.
Deirdre.
Silence, woman. Merwin, you must see through this. This is a trick.
We will draft all the necessary documents here and now. Witnesses present.
I didn't realize Vesemir and
clarified.
Lambert showed up too.
Remember how Robin ended?
That was your doing, Glevisig. You and your magic.
Merwin, order brings to arrest Deirdre. Only then will your title be safe. Without that, you will live in fear, always.
I shall kill you, witch.
Okay, so I guess... Well, there she goes. And somehow Eskil went down too. I can't see. And I, once again, just getting hit before I can even get out of the cutscene. Why is this little dwarf able to, like, parry everything? Geralt, keep... Swing, you fucking idiot! Hey, well... I thought, Deirdre would still be around. So I thought I, wouldn't be able to use magic here. Whoops, I just lit the, cauldron. Can I hop over this? Nope. Who the hell's shooting me? Oh, well. Eskil bit the dirt. I think he just, like, gave up. He was like, God damn it. Ooh. I don't know why I bothered. So that didn't really work out very well.
Follow Deirdre inside the tent.
Oh, she's in the tent. Wait, Deirdre hit Eskil?
You had it coming, brother. Instead of a prince, you'll be a dead man. And I have a special set of gifts for you, witch. Only the best.
She has gone entirely mad. Witcher, help me! Sabrina, use your magic. We can defeat her.
Magic does nothing to me, brother dear. Geralt, I did not intend to attack Eskil. He scared me. It was an instinctual reaction.
Abandon your plans of revenge on Sabrina. Forgive your brother. Prove the mage is wrong. Prove that you are no beast.
And if I tell you I cannot find it in me to forgive? If I say that I long to put that bitch through real torture? Will you see that as an admission of my guilt?
I'll see you as a morbidly vengeful child, but I'm no judge.
Geralt, don't be a fool. It doesn't take wisdom to see that she has lost her mind. It must be the progressing mutation.
You're only guessing.
Witcher, I should remind you of the letter from King Henselt himself. If anything happens to me, King Henselt will have you all eliminated.
You're like children. Since you want me to decide, I will. Sabrina, you must leave, immediately. Your magic is useless, and your scheming brought us here. But as I said, I am neither judge nor executioner. Just leave.
Geralt, have you gone mad?
No. I don't know that I'm right to do this, but I'm giving you a chance to survive.
But...
No buts. You must go. You played your cards poorly. I don't believe a word of what you say, and something tells me that if you leave, Deirdre and Merwin will figure out their differences.
It seems I have no choice.
Damn right.
Go now.
Alright, now hopefully we can resolve the rest of this as amicably.
I'll get her someday.
I doubt it. One last piece of advice. If you value your life, you'll settle things with your brother, return to Cairngorm, and not so much as stick your nose out of your castle for several months, perhaps years.
Easily said. Merwin, can you forgive me? I will relinquish my title. I never craved power, but I need your support. I cannot do this alone.
As the Witcher demonstrated, we have much to learn. I was a fool to listen to Sabrina's counsel. I forgive you, Deirdre, and ask you to forgive me.
I'll be going.
Well, that was easy.
Eskil's unexpected child, Princess Deirdre Adamain, born in Destiny's shadow. She could have changed her own fate, abandoned vengeance in favor of forgiveness, demonstrated kindness and humanity. The mercenaries were massacred in the fight at the camp. Was it worth it? Was the death of Merton Brings and his mercenaries truly the lesser evil? No one can know that. In any case, Merwin and Deirdre ruled jointly, leading Cairngorm during the best time in its history. Several years later, a large crow arrived at Kaer carrying a letter bearing the seal of the Princess of Cairngorm. Eskil threw it into the fire without reading it, and we never spoke of Deirdre Adamain again.
The Witchers never again spoke of Deirdre.
Why do they pronounce it like there's a second
Though none
R in
ever
there?
forgot her, each carrying her memory in his heart.
So it's kind of funny that they call it the price of neutrality, and yet neutrality is literally the best outcome you can get in that, which is kind of the inverse of the base game, since neutrality basically results in more bloodshed because you're not like actually helping one side win. Anyway, that was pretty interesting. Well, I'm glad I played that second one. That was a hell of a lot better than the other one. So yeah, I mean there are other ones. These are all obviously just the fan-made ones I don't really care about. This one and this one seem like they might be interesting, but I don't. I'm kind of done with this game. All the quirks and problems with the engine, the combat, the controls. I'm kind of fed up with it. So put this one to rest for a while, and then we will suffer through The Witcher 2 starting tomorrow morning. So yeah, same time, 10 o'clock, that's when I'll start that one. And like I said, we're starting after the prologue. We basically are standing on the boat in Flotsam, and the only difference, like the only choice I made was basically to keep, what's his name? The boy, Aryan Lavalette. Kept him alive, which obviously he ends up dying anyway, so not a big deal. But that's the only difference there that I made versus the first time I played through it. This was also, I don't feel like the Aurora engine wasn't made for this kind of game. I mean, the only other game that I think was built on it that I can think of was Neverwinter Nights, which was very kind of like grid-based. It kind of had that, Dungeons and Dragons kind of thing to it. So, yeah, this, but then again, when they made their own engine for the second game, they had a lot of the same problems. It just could support a much better looking game, but it still had some really shitty controls. The environments were not made to be explored. They were very, like, path-based. It was all kind of dumb, but yeah, anyway, I'm gonna wrap it up. What time is it? It's only 2 in the afternoon. I definitely have to do an episode of Dragon Age tonight, but I'm kind of feeling like doing another stream later. Yeah, that was a problem too, which is weird because it came out on PC before, like, what, a year before it came out on Xbox? I don't think it ever came out on PS3. But yeah, it definitely was kind of consoleized. Alright, well, we'll wrap this up for tonight. See you in the morning if you are around. Otherwise, maybe I'll do some more East later if I'm feeling up to it, because I had 4 days off this week. I don't know what to do with myself with that much time. Anyway, have a great afternoon, and see you when I see you.